Here are the top 4 seeds. We won't see these teams until Friday. They have earned the triple bye on paper. Michigan, they are the team to beat. How do you guys see it, though? You heard the stat on the way in. It's not every year the top team wins it. How do you see it, Coach? Start us off.
Well, I think when I look at that board, I see offense, the best offensive team in the country in Michigan, the third best offensive team in Illinois, and I see defense. I see the best defensive team in Nebraska, the second best defensive team in Michigan State. Which style of play wins out? We're going to find out in the next couple days.
Yeah, and I see some really gifted offenses as well. I have to gravitate towards, obviously, what Michigan's done this year, a group that's so deep, a little bit in question with L.J. Kaysen out for the season with this group, but yet they still went there. They go up against a Michigan State team in the final game of the regular season. Player of the year looks like the player of the year in Laxel Lindenborg, and he scores 27, and they still get it done. So that kind of makes me still feel good, like this team can go win a national championship. But then I do look at that Illinois team, and I want to lean a little bit more into them because Coach Underwood, the job he's done, worthy of Coach of the Year conversation as well, picking these teams and these Coaches of the Year and Player of the Years. What a joke. How difficult of a job that was.
Impossible.
Because how good the conference was this year.
Yep.
Brad Underwood leaning into the analytics, the analytic-based approach, leaning into positional size and everybody on the floor being able to shoot the 3 ball. You ain't stepping on the floor unless you can shoot the 3. Creates elite space, allows for gaps to drive. You've also got pros led by a guy like Keaton Wagler, who's an inside the top 10 pick in the NBA. This is an Illinois team that I think of all the teams talked about nationally that is not talked about enough, that can go, not get to a Final Four, can win a national championship. Truly believe it.
Well, those guys getting healthy, too. They spent a lot of time this season in conference play without Boswell. Stojakovic missed some games, too. So getting those 2 guys back into the rotation, back into the flow, finding a rhythm is huge. I'm with Jordan on Illinois.
4 teams you showed, all 4 of them can win a national championship. There is reason to be excited. Thinking about 2000, Michigan State, the last team to do it, when that streak is going to end, I truly believe it's going to be this year. One of those teams, or maybe even one of these teams we're seeing play this week, is going to win a national championship. I believe it.
I like it. So let's get to the next 4 teams then. They get the double bye, and I want to lock in on Wisconsin. I want to lock in on Purdue. The Badgers trending the right direction, as you guys know, while the Boilermakers have been slipping, to say the least. So, Coach, how do you see this group?
Wisconsin, second best offense in the conference. When you look at it behind Michigan, and you think about the wins that they've had. How about winning at Purdue on Senior Day to close out the regular season? I know Purdue is not headed in a positive direction right now, but they won at Michigan. They won at Illinois. Nick Boyd has played in the Final Four before with that FAU team coached by Dusty May. He's been there. He knows what goes into winning in the NCAA tournament. You couple that with his backcourt mate and John Blackwell, this is a dangerous Wisconsin team that I do feel like can make a deep run in the NCAA tournament, Jordan.
Well, if Purdue's going to figure it out, because I think there's a lot of questions within that locker room of who are we. We haven't seen him lose this much at Mackey with this group in the last 4 years. So there's definitely some question marks of who they're going to be, but you got Braden Smith. So you still got to feel good going into this thing. I do believe we've talked about this a lot. Fletcher Lawyer is the X factor for this group. When he's consistently scoring in those mid-double figures, 14, 15, 16, guarding, rebounding his position, and defending, they've got a shot. But I do want to go back to this Wisconsin team. It ain't your granddaddy's Wisconsin group. I mean, they're lighting you up on a scoreboard. They might hit 100 on a really good team in the tournament. They're that good. You mentioned Nick Boyd, who's been to a Final Four, great point, Coach, but also John Blackwell. These two, it's one guy cooks and the other guy cooks. They can play off you, making them that much more dynamic. And all these teams, the majority of them at least, that we've talked about here, do one thing that is paramount come March Madness. They take care of the basketball. And if Wisconsin takes care of the basketball like they've done all season long, it leads them to great places. It's another dangerous team, coupled with their ability to score the basketball, but also defensive rebound. And Nolan Winter, he is going to be back, most likely playing this week after missing that game. And oh, by the way, they beat Purdue. I really like Wisconsin. And probably because they've beaten 4 straight ranked teams leading up to this one. That's a pretty good vibe for you.